Hey guys, Chelsea from Attention to Details, and welcome back to the channel. We had a busy week of details last week and then a wonderful Mother's Day. Thank you to all of you who wished me a happy Mother's Day. It was a fantastic day to spend with my mom, my mother-in-law, and just my family and celebrate being a mom. It's one of the greatest gifts that I could ever ask for. One of the most challenging gifts, but one of the greatest gifts that I could ever ask for. I am truly blessed to be the mom to Charles and Mackenzie. But we are back at it detailing here in the shop. We had a truck yesterday that we worked on that turned out fantastic. And today we are back working on this gorgeous 2022 Jeep Rubicon Wrangler. Customer contacted me. They picked this up about 6 months ago. And he said, I want to put a ceramic coating on this for my wife, make maintenance a lot easier. He knows that Jeeps can actually be pretty difficult to maintain properly, that the paint can be pretty soft, and that there's just a lot of nooks and crannies. So we contacted him, gave him a couple options, and he went with my most durable coating in my shop that I have to date, and that is the Phoenix EOD Kronos coating. Now, I've done videos on this in the past, but we're going to try to do a more condensed version. That one was about 20 minutes long. I just want to share with you guys a quick look, a closer look, because the last time I showed you that coating, it was actually on a white Jeep. I don't know why. I tend to get a lot of Jeeps, but we're going to show you the Kronos coating up close on this gorgeous maroon kind of red metallic flake color and how it is applied and the end result. I think it's going to be really fantastic. I'm going to get everything prepped. We're going to bring you back when it's all ready and we'll apply the coating and show you what it looks like being applied to a darker colored vehicle and what it looks like when it is all said and done. So here's the before condition of our Jeep. We do have a lot of pollen. It is peak spring season. We keep getting high pollen alerts every single day, and we actually had about 3.5 inches of rain this weekend. So there's a lot of road film and just mud and splatter on the sides of this vehicle, which that's just going to happen with any vehicle. The worst on the paint that I am seeing is actually this panel right here. It looks like someone used too aggressive of a compound and pad, and there's holograms and micro-marring, which that's actually a pretty easy fix. With the right polishing pad and the fabulous finishing polish, we should be able to refine that down pretty easily, especially because Jeeps tend to correct very easily, but can be finicky, so this might be the only panel that presents a little bit of a challenge. The rest of the paint is in pristine condition. The worst that I'm seeing is maybe these areas where we have, high points of contact, where the owner is opening and closing the door. We have some light love marks that we just kind of need to refine. That's a very, very easy day for me. I'm very thankful for that because Jeeps have a lot of nooks and crannies from the door hinges. Sometimes if you have even the painted door pieces, normally you have the plastic fender flares. I actually like it better when they're painted just because you're going to have reduced risk of the trim fading on you. That can be one of the biggest issues with Jeeps. So we have a lot of road film that we need to safely remove, do our chemical decon. We'll do a light clay bar treatment, more so in the back section here, where we might have some road film kick up. So again, a little bit of polish work that we need to do. But other than that, our paint is in really good condition. This was pleasantly surprising to see when I came out with my swirl finder light that I'm not going to have hours upon hours of polishing. I could technically just do a wash, decon, correct this panel, and coat it. But we're just going to go over the entire vehicle very quickly, just so that way we can, more than anything, clean the paint and have it properly prepped. But here's our before. Let's see what she looks like after she is washed, deconstructed. Flip to the fresh side for our next panel. And third microfiber just for final touch. And it's as easy as that. So because I did a video on this coating previously, we're not going to go into kind of repeating the same points that I discussed in the last one. I will put that link for it down below for those of you that want to see the lengthier discussion of this coating for the ins and outs. But as I transition from winter to now spring/summer type weather and temperature, it does make this coating dwell time a little bit different, I found. Still a thicker application, still a little bit grabby on your initial level, but once you get that initial transfer solution buffed off, it's easy. All right, I'm showing you an up-close view of applying our Kronos ceramic coating. It is a warmer, more humid day. I've got about half the vehicle coated, roof, hood, front fender flares, and I'm working my way around the vehicle. With it being around 70 and a little bit more humid, I am finding that I have about a minute before it gets pretty grabby. I did have one or two spots that were pretty aggressive that we just hit it with some fresh product, immediately buffed off, no issues. But definitely every coating is going to be different. You might have to play with it a little bit. I've already kind of done the upper portions of the vehicle. Jeeps can be pretty, I don't know, tricky because of all of the nooks and crannies. So what I do is just kind of try to go around everything thoroughly. But I'm also not going to worry about trying to reach areas that my pad can't reach. Because if you can't get your pad to coat it, you're not going to get your pad to remove it. Doing our trim pieces as well, up and back, side to side. Our metal trim pieces, it's giving it a nice rich color. I'm going to do this section real quick. Kind of break it off with our body lines. So I have 3 microfiber towels. I can see this is rainbowing right here. Don't know if it's picking up on camera for you. We've got rainbowing going on. You can see as it's setting up. Here's a panel we've buffed off. Gets kind of a hazy appearance. And it's right at kind of that sweet spot for grabbiness. You don't want to have to fight it. If you're fighting it, it's sat on there too long. But it's going to feel a little bit grabby if you kind of have that sweet spot. That's why I'm working around one panel at a time. Again, about 70-degree day, maybe a little bit warmer. Humidity is pretty muggy right now. Just going to do my initial level for both. Once you get that initial transfer solution up, smooth sailing. And that's why I said it's almost like muscle memory with this coating, because you know if you missed a spot, if you're still feeling kind of that grabbiness. And then if you go over it a second time, nice and slick and smooth. And again, if you miss a spot, reactivate it with fresh solution, or you can even use the Immortal spray coating. Let's say it's, you know, a few hours after, you can reactivate it even with Immortal spray coating. Kronos is about 50% solids. Immortal is about 10% solids, but they are both made with kind of the same DNA. And you can use Immortal to top Kronos. Apparently it's kind of wicked to combine the two. I haven't done it yet, but I'm excited to try it in the future. And that's it. We're done. Panel looks beautiful. We got nice reflection, nice slickness. You can hear where I stopped and started. So we're going to keep moving. But that is a closer look at our Kronos coating. All right, guys, so it is the day after, and we actually did have one or two high spots the morning after we applied the coating, which was actually a pretty easy fix. There were some areas that we could go over it with fresh solution and reactivate it, and it was easy peasy. Other areas that maybe were a little bit more set in just because it was a full 12 hours. Later, we actually contacted Aaron, and he said that you could use an orange pad, no pressure, with the fabulous finishing polish, just lightly, very quickly go over the spot, and it was resolved. Turned out fantastic. But here's our end result, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I was expecting great things with this coating, and it definitely lived up to my expectations with how well it looks on this Jeep. When the customer pulled up, her mouth was just open, and she was just shocked and awed by what her Jeep looked like afterwards. And that's a testament to the quality of Kronos coating and how well it can do. I'm excited to see this vehicle back in 6 months. The customer is set up with the Apex Auto Wash and the Titan Ceramic Hybrid Detailer to maintain their coating with. They're going to bring it back every 6 months for me to do kind of an inspection and refresh. If we have to, we can use Immortal to keep the hydrophobics looking top notch, but very impressed with our Kronos coating, the after result, and hopefully you enjoy this closer look. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. But thank you guys for always watching, for your support, and we will see you guys in the next detail. Have a wonderful day.